Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has announced steps to improve governance and expand the tax net to attract foreign direct investment. During his meeting with China Exim Bank President Dr. W. Fulin in Beijing, he highlighted controlled food sector inflation and a narrowed current account deficit. Discussions included investment in the Main Line 1 rail project and Karachi Circular Railway, with a focus on cooperation in agriculture and technology. PM Shehbaz is on a 5-day visit to China, delaying the annual federal budget presentation until his return next week. The Federal Investigation Agency arrested human rights activist and philanthropist Sarim Berni at Karachi Airport for alleged involvement in child trafficking by way of illegal adoption, following a complaint from US authorities. An FIA official stated that the Anti-Human Trafficking Cell of FIA Karachi registered a case against Berni under various sections of the Pakistan Penal Code and the Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act, 2018. The FIR alleges that Berni and his associates falsely declared 3 baby girls as orphans for illegal adoption using fraudulent documents. The FIA has traced 3 of these children and filed an FIR regarding their adoption. Shares at the Pakistan Stock Exchange declined by over 300 points on Thursday. The benchmark KSE 100 index lost 356.50 points, or 0.48%, closing at 73,862.93 points. A top-line report suggested the government might increase taxes on dividend, capital gain, and interest income to meet high tax targets, affecting net returns for stock market investors. The PSX and Pakistan Stock Brokers Association have expressed concerns over high capital market taxation and demanded rationalization in their budget proposals, including aligning capital gains tax rates on listed securities with those on the sale of immovable property. The United States and 16 allied countries have expressed full support for the ceasefire and captives release deal outlined by President Joe Biden on 31st May. This backing comes amid ongoing conflict and rising casualties in Gaza. Gaza's health ministry reports that 68 Palestinians were killed and 235 wounded in the past 24 hours. The violence has escalated, leading to devastating impacts on civilians. In a related incident, an Israeli attack on a school sheltering displaced people in the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza has killed at least 40 people and wounded dozens. The Israeli military confirmed targeting an UNRWA school in the area, highlighting the intensifying conflict. In response to the escalating violence, Spain announced it will join South Africa in filing a case at the International Court of Justice. The case accuses Israel of violating its obligations under the Genocide Convention in its war on Gaza. The toll of the conflict has been staggering, with at least 36,654 people killed and 83,309 wounded in Israel's war on Gaza since 7th October. Veterans and world leaders have gathered in Normandy, France, to mark the 80th anniversary of 6 June 1944 D-Day landings. On this day, over 150,000 Allied soldiers arrived by sea and air to drive out Nazi forces. With the ongoing war in Ukraine, this year's commemoration holds special significance. Russia, which launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, was not invited to the event. US President Joe Biden, French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, Britain's King Charles, and Prime Minister Rishi Sunak are among the many political figures attending the tributes. The day's events began at 8:30 GMT with a British ceremony in Var-sur-Mer.